From Senegal to Sugar Hill, trace the bloodline. 100 years of brilliance through the color line. They thought the shackles broke but kept the mental chain. Langston penned the future while they legislated pain. Harlem's ballrooms birthed the cosmos in mahogany, while lynching trees still decorated southern botany. Josephine, Waker's pearls, and Garvey's Navy ships. Du Bois debating destiny with scholarship on his lips. The Renaissance was a renaissance of West resistance, fam. Every trumpet blast from Armstrong was a battering ram. They gave us minstrel shows, we gave them Sora Neal. Turned depression into art, made the fabricated real. Cotton Club excluded us from tables every set. To form the Deanest Nightly, never free from the deck. But Bessie Smith could shatter glass, shatter cash, shatter lies. Every note she sang contained a revolution in the sky. Build temples from the rubble, make cathedrals from the scrubble. Turn the margins to the center, now they study what we scribble. We build temples from the rubble, every generation double the inheritance of genius that they tried to keep us from. Fast forward through the decades, watch the pattern reassemble. Malcolm's speeches, Martin's marches, every voice begins to tremble to the earth until the structure shows its fractures. FBI was tracking every coon with every pastor, every actor. 40 acres never came but 40 minutes on a stage. To reconvene your consciousness and channelize the rage. From bebop to hip-hop, the fool lines mathematical. Each generation weaponized the beautiful, the radical. They gave us Reagan out as crack and mass incarceration. We gave them Public Enemy and blueprints for liberation. The Harlem Renaissance never ended, just evolved its form. Every freestyle cipher is a brainstorm, is a storm. Where the children of the talented, the tempted, the boys prophesied, inherit the fire that the water couldn't wash aside. They tried to write us out the narrative. We offered all on text, 100 years of proof, and that we're destined. Where was next? Temples from the rubble, made cathedrals from the struggle. Turned the largest to the center, now they study what we scribble. We built temples from the rubble, every generation double the inheritance of genius that they tried to keep us from.
All right, here we are, Grand Rising. This is Under the Groove podcast, where we focus on the focus and get down with the get down. This is where we see no evil, speak no evil, and hear no evil. But we keep everything above board. We stand strong, man, stand tall through it all, man. All right. Peace and blessings to everyone. Glad to see you guys in here, man. I see you, man. You was here before I got here. That's a good look. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. It's a whole lot of get down in this get down. That's what it do. Salute right back to you, brothers, man. James, man, Alonzo. Good to see you brothers up in here, man. Like I say, man, it's always a good feeling. It's a good thought, man, that comes with that when, you know, we see shit going the way or things going the way they supposed to go. This is how it's supposed to go. All right. So peace and blessings to you, brothers and sisters that's in this get down. All right. How do I want to start this, man? First, I want to say, watch the pattern reassemble itself. All right. We're in a different time, but again, I've said this, we said this, the script is still the same. The playbook is wide open. What's going on is not by mistake. All right. It's not by mistake, man. Now, couple that with the fact that a whole lot is going on in the world and other people are now beginning to be affected by the injustices of society. All right. The do-wrongs in politics, things of that nature. But, you know, this is nothing new to us, you know, so people are just now getting the wind of this, you know, and I see it, you know, they see it, they feeling it now, you know, so I have to admit that, yeah, now they're in their anger, you know, now they've been in some sense awakened. Now, that being said, don't take what you're going through and make like, you know, everybody has to be on board or be on point with what you're going through, especially if we're talking about different ethnicities. All right. Again, we've been through this shit, man. This is nothing new to us, man. And when we went through it, we didn't accost those who had nothing to do with, you know, our injustices, you know. So my message to those who are going through what they're going through, you know, these other ethnicities who are just now starting to get a bar of what we've been going through. Hey, man, know who to focus your shit on. Know who to focus your shit on, man. You know, because everybody, you know, look, man, for us, we've been there and done that. You know, we've been there and done that by ourselves. We were solo bolo in our struggles. People piggybacked off our shit, no doubt. Piggybacked off our stuff, man. You know, when that era was jumping off, when our people were fighting for civil rights, man, did nobody give a hoot. And only those that did were those who wanted some, you know, they wanted something in return. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily think that they were doing it out of, you know, just being genuine and sincere about their concern about what we were going through as a people. All right. Like I said, this is nothing new to us. So what we see going on in terms of other ethnicities, hey, man, we've been there and done that. You know, we understand the frustration, the anger, you know, the injustice. But we did not turn our focus, our energy on those who had nothing to do with what we were going through. We knew who to direct our energy at. You know, I'm saying that to say, man, people who are out here protesting, man, hey, man, you have to first have some understanding on who the hell to blame and who to direct your anger at. All right. Now, because you think you got a cause now, because you have a cause now, you got, you know, all rights to just be disrespectful to anybody, you know, or to take up space, man. You're it's like you trying to run roughshod over everybody else because you feel slighted or because you feel like, man, ain't nobody got my back now. Like I said, man, this ain't nothing new to us, man. We've been there and done that. We've been there and done that, you know, and while we were going through it, no one was there. It was just us. It was just us, man. Did nobody give a damn? All right. So I don't know why people should think, or other ethnicities should think, that we should care about their plight or their issue or issues, especially when, like I said, we've had ours and no one cared. No one cared. Everybody disregarded us. Now the shoe is on the other foot, so to speak. And it's like, oh, they don't got our back. And so when we see them, man, fuck them too and treat them the same way, you know, or give them the same anger and energy we have for those who are running roughshod over them. Nah, that ain't how you do shit, man. That ain't how you do shit, man. You know, if you got an issue with those people who are doing all these things to you, that's where your energy and anger should be directed. Nobody else. Nobody else. You know, that's my take on it, man. I don't care what nobody say. You can't make me accept what you're going through or be angry with you about what you're going through when you didn't get that same to me and mine. I don't care, man. I don't care until that day or to that point where y'all really understand that, yeah, man, this struggle, man, it encompasses some of everybody, man, and everything. And that this is a struggle for the most part. Let's be serious, man. This is a struggle that in a lot of sense or respects concerns everybody. I made an analogy the other day, man, on the podcast. I was speaking to how I did this on All Things Politics. I was speaking to how what the immigration issue is and how it looks to us. You know, now they're going through that. You know, these immigrants, these illegals, whoever they are, they're going through this. I tried to associate what we went through as a people. Not the same thing, but the get down is it's the same playbook. You know what I mean? We had night riders, you know, those night riders were those who were, you know, on the back roads on horses looking for runaway slaves to take them back, you know, put them back in bondage. You know, we had that. We had the Black Code, you know, and we had Jim Crow. That entailed, okay, even if you was a free man, there was a whole lot going on that was against you. They can grab you up, man, and put you in detention, you know, and set you away somewhere or put you on somebody's farm or put you in some state's chain gang to help them build their roads, grow their food, or whatever the case may have been. There is, you can't compare the two, but the similarities are the same. Now you have ICE, you have so-called paramilitary, the government has so-called paramilitary individuals out in the field looking to detain, to kidnap, grab a certain ethnic group or, you know, people that don't look like they should be here. Detain them, take them away, man, you know, whatever, right? Arrest them, you know, just, you know, violate human rights, you know, not civil rights, but human rights, right? It's not the same thing, but there is some simulation in this get out. All right. So I was trying to make that point. Yeah, we know this pain. We know this stuff, man. We know the fear of, you know, people riding up on you or pulling up on you, man, talking about, give me your papers, or you don't look like us, or you don't speak like us. So therefore, we're going to take you into custody, or we're going to detain you. You know, ours was on a grander scale. This stuff that's happening right now is just starting. It's just now starting. And it's not going to let up, let's say, for the next 3 years, or if Trump should find a way to stay beyond that, it's just going to get worse. All right. That's a fact, man. Yeah. What we went through as a people, Black people, no one could compare their experiences or their trauma or their injustices to ours. But I was trying to make a point. And the point is real simple. The same tactics, you know, the same get down, the same policies, man, existed then as they do now. All right. Just that they're not taking you to somebody's plantation. You know, you're not someone's property. But the get down, man, is similar in terms of how they not just accost you, but how they detain you, put you in custody, or kidnap you. You know, that's just what it is. That being said, man, listen, the fact of the matter is this. What we see going on, it will not just stop at them, the so-called illegal immigrant or immigrant, whether they have papers or not. This thing will metastasize. It will grow into something a lot of us don't see coming. In fact, it's already happening. Brothers and sisters in other states are being accosted, man, being detained, being put in custody. You know, when this is supposed to be affecting one specific, you know, element or group, you know, of people. But here we are in this mix. It's going to spill over to us at some point, you know, and like I said, it already is, you know. In fact, it would touch anyone who is against the status quo. You can be white, you can be a white woman. It's not going to matter. If you are in defense of or against what the policy is, or, you know, what this new rule of law is, then hey, man, you can get it too. Just to get out. In fact, even if you ain't in it, you know, they can be walking on the street and see you just because, man, hey, who are you? Let me see your paper. You can be black as me. It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. This thing, man, is going to affect everybody at some junction, at some point. At some point, we're all going to be faced with what's going on here in America, and on a grander scale in terms of what's going on in the world. See, this is just what we see here in the United States. We don't see what's happening in Africa because we're so diluted in terms of our focus, in terms of, you know, how they distract us. We can't see nothing other than, you know, what we're going through, you know. But this thing is in full effect all over the world where the Europeans have power. This is what they're doing. This is what they're doing. And if you don't toe the cue, if you don't do what they say, you know, or how they want shit to go, they got a playbook for you, man. And the playbook, like I say, man, it's all encompassing. If you're not like them, then you can get it. And if you're about defending the you know, human rights of others, you can get it too. You can still get it. They're showing this. But to those who are in this struggle now, to those of you who are in this struggle now, know who you're struggling against. Understand who your fight is against so that you could direct that energy or that anger, if so be it, to them individuals or to that policy or to that government. All right? This is your fight. This is your fight. Not only have we had ours, we still have our fight to deal with. And not just from outside forces, but even within. You dig? Know where to focus your anger, man, and your attention, man, when you want to be heard. You're not going to get it from us. You're not going to get that. You're not getting nothing from us. think that it's cool to, to be aggressive to others who are really in the same boat, you're mistaken, man. That it don't work like that. It don't work like that. My suggestion to those who are going through what they're going through now, something we've been through, we've been going through it. They haven't taken their heels off our necks. We're still going through this shit. For those of you though who are going through it now, who are really getting it now and understanding what we've been saying for decades, for centuries, hey man, this your fight. And this is a fight that y'all need to be in, to where y'all learning how to combat these forces, these policies, these rules, laws, ordinances, and all that, man. Know what to direct it to. Your anger, don't see no black person and think that we fair game. Because, the training is, or the ideology, the psychology, or the brainwashing is, we've always been fair game. So y'all too, y'all in this too. Though we don't make laws. We don't run this government. For the most part, man, we the type of people, man, all right, you cool? I'm cool. We embrace other ethnicities. Sad thing is, we embrace them even when they don't embrace us. We understand the plights of other ethnicities and people of color. Sad thing is, y'all don't acknowledge ours. Y'all not gonna appreciate nothing we've been saying and going through, man, until you go through it too. Here's your dose of that. It's y'all's, man. It's y'all's. And until such a time, y'all fighting with y'all losing lives. Y'all being locked away and being labeled political prisoners and all that other stuff. Until that time, y'all can't expect nothing from us. Straight up, man. You cannot. You haven't earned that recognition from us, that respect from us yet. Especially when we've been telling y'all for the longest time. Don't buy into it. Don't buy it. We understand the phrase hook, line, and sinker, bamboozle, hoodwink, and led astray. We understand that shit to the fullest. Y'all just now getting a bar of it. But the only way for y'all to really understand it is for y'all to go through that. That's y'all's rites of passage now. Y'all's right to passage is right now. This is y'all's fight. Stop looking at us to fight your battles, especially when y'all not fighting for us or fight with us. And I mean wholeheartedly. Again, you can look back into or go back into the civil rights era. Man, we embraced everybody. A lot of us didn't agree with it because a lot of us thought, or we trusted, that this fight was our fight and was for us and us alone. However, we had brothers and sisters who just were loving brothers and sisters. They saw the plight of the people, not just black people, and they embraced other issues, other ethnicities, other groups, issues and causes. Embraced them, brought them in. So, okay, yeah, y'all can get down with us. The Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans, the Mexicans, whoever, even whites. We've been fighting, man. This is nothing new to us. In our struggle, man, we included others. We allowed others to come and try to, band together and get some things done. People, man, abuse that privilege. Other ethnic groups abuse that privilege. They climbed up on the backs of blacks and in their own way left them downtrodden and started to speak and treat them the same way that those who we have an issue with, who we had an issue with before any of y'all, started to treat us just like they did. Disrespectful, inconsiderate, disingenuous. Oh man, this shit ain't gonna fly, man. It ain't gonna fly. And I'm telling y'all, man, there are brothers and sisters out here, don't play this shit, man. We don't play. We was from the streets for anybody. In this country, we knew ghettos before anybody. We knew atrocity. We knew injustice, police brutality, politics that men just did us the wrong way. We've been knowing this stuff, man. The Panther Party, for example, started, and they were all inclusive. All inclusive. They were for the people worldwide. Didn't have to be, but understood that, hey man, if they'll do it to us, they'll do it to y'all too. So come on, man, let's get this understanding. Let's band together, you know? Even then, man, only a few did. And the others sat back and said, go and let them do the hard work. But we're going to reap the benefits of it. That's what y'all been doing. That's what y'all been doing, man. And then you want to be, you know, all in the fit because brothers and sisters are not supporting you guys after we've been telling y'all for decades, man, centuries, what the real game is, man. Y'all need to understand, man, this is y'all's fight. This is y'all fight, man. And don't try to start a fight with us while you're in the middle of a fight of the greatest oppressor. You guys are in a fight with the greatest oppressor on the face of the earth. We've never oppressed nobody. We've always been welcoming and loving. You know? So, hey, man, get together, man. If this is what y'all want to be on, then be on that. But be on it knowing who your enemy is. And if you don't know who your enemy is, facts, man, it's going to show. And it's showing. It's showing. So I'm going to say to my brothers and sisters, man, hey, man, let them get their dose. Let them understand that in terms of getting through that rites of passage, they got to go through the rites to make it to the passage, man. That's what we've been doing by ourselves. And until such a time, hey, man, fall back. Fall back, man. Let them get that. Let them see what that's like, man, to lose lives, man. To just be poorly served, you know? To know what injustice is, man, daily. It's 2026. Don't nobody, to this day, 2026, no one still suffer or go through the injustices of Black people. Okay, y'all got this issue with immigration. All right. Hey, man, we've been going through this shit, man, for a long time. This is the only injustice y'all got to point at? There's a plethora of issues we can point to that have been done to us, man. Such a disservice, man. We ain't turned on nobody but those who we know are doing this to us. Come on, man. Keep Black people's name out y'all mouth because y'all got to fight all y'all energy and attention. Your resource, that need to be on them people who are doing this stuff to y'all, man. Not on the Black community. Not on the Black community. You want our support? Earn it. Earn it. That fight is y'all's, man. Again, until such a time we deem it necessary to assist. But in the meantime and in between time, hey, man, get off this high horse, man. Get off this mindset y'all got to where y'all see a brother or a sister, y'all got issues. Your frustration and angers, man, are directed at the wrong people. We've been here way longer, man. We ain't got shit. Some of y'all got more than what we got. Just been here the last 2-3 decades. We've been here. Know that you in a fight, man. But more importantly, know who you are in a fight with. Straight up. And I'm talking to the street level individuals, man, on up, politicians, you know what I'm saying, from that ethnic group. That's what I'm saying, man. Y'all fighters with them people who are doing this to you and your own people who brought y'all into this situation. Went and voted for them. Y'all battle is two-pronged, just like ours is. Ours is maybe 3 or 4. Y'all just, y'all's fight is just two-pronged, coming from, 2 directions. It's your own camp and from those outside your camp that don't like you no more than they like us. A lot of y'all under the impression that y'all can pass. It's a whole lot going on, man. Again, y'all been bamboozled, hoodwinked, and led astray, just like us, man. We're not your enemy. We don't run shit. We don't have shit in this country. Know who your fight is against, man. Know who your fight against. And if you don't know who your fight is against, there may be a rude awakening. We're going to let you know who your fight is against. But don't push to where, you trying to create some shit and you already got shit on your plate. You trying to push shit on us. God's been entitled, man, the whole time. And gave us nothing. Just like them people, they ain't gave us shit. But they want to use us as a springboard, like I say, reap benefits of our actions, our deeds, and our hard work. We built this country. We built this country. We got nothing for it. This country is great because of us. No one else. No one else. That's not an opinion. It's a fact. And y'all think y'all gonna come over here and do what y'all doing in this country and they gonna let y'all do that? I'm telling you, man, y'all got shit. Y'all got life and bullshit twisted. And that's only because y'all haven't listened. Y'all haven't, you want to be super smart and intelligent. Y'all have not paid attention. The evidence is right in your face. We built this country. Yet, what do we have to show for it? Businesses, homes, all that. We did all that. They took it. Subtly or otherwise. Blatantly. They've taken it from us. You think they're going to let y'all keep shit? Let y'all have a place at the table? It don't work like that, man. And that dude over there at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, he's proven that. He's making that a point. Y'all's focus and frustration, anger and energy, man, it needs to be in how y'all dealing with who got y'all upset. Not us, man. Not us. Leave black people alone, man. And y'all need to focus on this fight that y'all have in front of y'all. There's been this war that's being waged on y'all. It ain't us, man. It ain't us. Y'all don't own no more than what we do. Technically, all the shit y'all have accumulated with, they will come take that. And in fact, that's the plan. Y'all don't see that though. Y'all don't see that. We know how they get out. We're angry as fuck too. We're frustrated too. We've been fighting, man, for a long time. Ain't got nothing, man. You don't think we're frustrated and angry? We are. However, we have not taken our anger and frustration out on any Mexicans, any Colombians, anybody that's labeled an immigrant, illegal immigrant, or criminal immigrant, or any of that. You know, that's not how we get out. Y'all are in a war. Y'all want to learn how to fight them? Take a page out of our book. I mean, it's going to be a long battle. Long battle. Y'all make them same sacrifices we did. Might get a little ways, you know, in this struggle. But beware. 2 steps forward or 1 step forward, 2 steps back. That's how they looking at it. They let a whole lot of shit go on because it's the game plan. You guys are in the position you in here in America, California especially, because that was they rather get us out of the situation that we were growing into, where we were thinking along the lines of independence. You know, we were empowered. We were enfranchised. We were doing the things we were supposed to do. Their game plan was to topple our table, to turn it over, and then make another ethnic group or racial group think that, okay, yeah, y'all can have this. Come on, get it. Blacks are shiftless and lazy. They ain't about shit, you know. In fact, y'all ain't got to respect them because we don't. Y'all bought that shit. Now, understanding, man, y'all, you know, y'all just flunkies, pawns in the game. It's chess, man. This ain't checkers. This is chess. Peace and blessings to the Royal Group congregation, man. How's everybody, man? For those of you who don't know, this is Under the Groove podcast. I'm the host, Bub, man. And hey, man, life is real. Life is real. All right? Straight up, man. And there's so much frustration and anger on any side. You know, we got those in power are frustrated and angry. For what? They got everything. So that frustration and anger they have, those issues they have are unwarranted. But we have issues, man, that are warranted. As a black man in America, I'm telling you, we have an issue. We have cause to be the way we are. Frustrated, anger, and in a lot of respects, man, just fucked up. Because the system has been designed to fuck us up, to make sure we get nothing. And if we get anything, control it. So if we get out of line, they can take it. That's what's happening to y'all. All right. Again, peace and blessings to the congregation, the Royal Group congregation, and to the chat. Let's do what we do, you guys. All right. Let's do what we do. Let's chop it up with the people. Let's touch bases with the people. All right. Let's do that. Well, I'll get to that in a minute. Let me read some of these, some of our comments. All right, James, I see you, brother. Salute right back to you. You as well, Alonzo. Peace and blessings to you guys, man. Glad to see y'all in here. James, what you talking about, man? Says there's no proper communication, not enough common sense, no gratitude, no gratefulness, not enough love and respect, no courtesy, no regards, no knowledge, and not enough education across the board. Truer words haven't been spoken. And, you know, just based on what I started out talking about, that goes to a whole lot of other people and groups. This is why we see what we see happening. You know, there's none of that. You know, there's a void, man. None of us, man, hold the shit the way we supposed to. We're not going about this get down the way we supposed to. This is why we see a lot of what's happening, you know? And I mean, you know, again, not just for black people. I mean, people of color, period, you know? But good point, James. Appreciate you always dropping some knowledge, some jewels, man. Get them gems, y'all. Pick them up. Those are gems. Pick them up. Lonzo said, man, we working on it. Yeah, we have to. We've been working on it for a long time. You know, I dare say, don't stop. Don't stop. Work a little harder because I'm pretty sure, I'm convinced, I trust that the change we striving for, we're going to get it. We're going to get it. But we're not going to go out like suckers. We're not going to go out like the last time when we thought we had a little foothold in this get down here that we call the United States of America. We're not going to buy into that, man. We're not going to let them sell us some bullshit this time. We got to work on making sure, man, when the time comes, everything that we accomplish is etched in stone and granite. They ain't going to be able to erase it, man. It's going to be ours. And mugs are going to recognize it and respect it. James, man, you're going to see a whole lot of stupidity, ignorance, confusion, wrongful judgment, stereotyping, racial profiling, racism too, a lot of mindless activity and events. There's a serious lack of resolve out here. You're going to say, happy Tuesday, Brother Alonzo, peace and best wishes to you and yours. Yeah. All right. All right. I put that email in there, Alonzo. I put that email in there, man. So yeah, man, go on and have at it, brother. Have at it. James said the communities need more local functions and gatherings so that everyone can get on base with each other in sports. Sometimes you only need that one home run to win, but it takes the whole team. Truth to power, man. You're going to say, I believe no trust and loyalty have divided many communities. Dog eat dog mentality, in it for self and only for wealth. Some people just don't give a fuck, long as they in fresh gear in a nice whip. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? I'm going to say you can't change anyone. They have to be willing to listen. For some folks, it takes a message, perhaps to open their mind up. For others, they will have to learn the hard way through life. Yeah. A smart man learns from his own mistakes, but a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. Boom. There you go. And boom goes the dynamite. There you go. I was just saying that thing, not verbatim, but that thing I was just saying. Everything we done been through, others sat back, man, and he ha-ha and giggled. And so that's damn, we ain't got to worry about it. If they'll do us, they will do you. You ain't learned nothing. You're not as wise as you should be. Were you been ready for this? Were you have been prepared for this? And there's such a thing as being prepared for these type of attacks, these type of aggressions. There's a preparedness for it. That ain't what y'all saw. That ain't what y'all saw. We all live to learn differences, different paces, and different paths. Okay, I cannot determine the outcome. This is James. I cannot determine the outcome of what I am unable to control. Although in my own experience, I can contribute to this world with the right vibrations and give it all the love she needs. Love is power. All right, Antonio Anthony, I see you, man. Love right back to you, bro. All right, the homie, man. Peace right back to you, man. Appreciate you tapping in. You already know, man. You already know. My intent was to come in here, man, and chop it up with us, like chop it up with the Royal Group congregation and the chat like we normally do. Drop a couple of videos, talk about them and all that. But man, just life is happening, man. Life is happening. Life is happening, man. A lot of shit we want to do, that we need to do. Sometimes there are interferences. Sometimes there are things, and sometimes we let stuff deter us. We allow certain things to get in our heads and realign our focus. Let's be 100, man. When that happens, man, then okay, man, what we intend to do sometimes just gets set on the back burner, you know. And then our focus, it becomes locked on that thing, man, that, you know, really doesn't deserve the energy. But that's what we do sometimes. Sometimes we misfocus or we misplace our attention, our energy, you know. But we have to still be accountable, you know. We make moves, man. And if you're convinced, you know, you have conviction in terms of how you see shit, how you go about life. Hey, man. Hey, I think, you know, by sticking to those convictions, especially when, you know, man, it's some bullshit. Stick to those convictions, man. Keep that integrity. Don't allow bullshit, man, to transpire without saying something, even acting. It's my take on it, man. James said, man, peace to all the communities across the land. One people, one tribe. Keep it real. Human before man. Man before the image. Strip your identity down to its purest form and let go of ego and stay humble. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Queen Nzinga says, peace and blessings to the World Group congregation. Sending her shots out. Sending her shots out. All right, Justin Sadeh said, man, what's good, man? Peace to everyone and every race from Oklahoma. Appreciate OKC being up in this thing, man. Oklahoma in the house. Hey, Justin, man, appreciate seeing you again tonight. You know, and, hey, man, a blessed Tuesday. You know, it's a grand rising. You're here, man. So hopefully you done got a lot done, man. You appreciate the fact that you've been in this day. That's a good look, man. It's great to look, man. Even greater look to see you here amongst us, man. So peace and blessings to you also. Devin Butchie Knox, man. What's happening with it, bro? Huh? He said, peace, brother Bub. Peace right back to you, Devin. Peace right back to you, man. Good to see you in here. All right. Hey, y'all, listen. Let's like, share, comment, subscribe if you see fit. You know, we, like I said, we don't twist no arms. We don't beg for that. We don't plead for it. But like, share, and comment, man. It means a lot. You know, and those comments, man, especially those comments go a long way, man. You know, put something solid up in there, drop them gems and them jewels, man. Let somebody in the World Group congregation or the chat pick them up, man, and affix them to their crown, man. We need kings and queens. You know, jewels, man, that knowledge, man, that understanding. We need more of that, man. We need more of that. James said the 1960s was nothing to play with, and neither were the 70s or 80s. You either with it or was about it. Either way, we may have been better off without. It's all about embracing the person within. Facts. Akibetha said facts. All right. See you back in here also. Appreciate you up in here. Appreciate you up in here. Like, share, and comment, people. That's how we're going to get down. Justin today says never going to stop until the millennium. There you go. Lonzo, man. Lonzo said, man, that don't got nothing to do with me and mine. All right. We have our battles, man. We've been fighting this war for a long time. And then, you know, in through the course of our war with injustices, you know, the atrocities, man, you know, the murdering, you know, the brutality, you know, the disenfranchisement, man, the miseducation, all that, through all that, man, we still here. We still pushing. We're still pushing. We ain't stopped. We ain't gonna stop. You know, what we do know is that for a lot of us, man, we're fighting. We're actually fighting the cause for the people. We're in this fight for the people. It didn't fell off. Let's be honest. The passion, man, to fight for the people has waned. It ain't like it used to be, you know? And again, there's a lot that we can, address or discuss that concerns that or has had a lot to do with that, that decrease our passion and love for one another, our culture, our communities. It's a whole lot at play, man. And yet we continue to rise. You know, we got to just push a little harder and struggle, man, a little longer. You know, Lisa Moore, Fire Train say, hey, big bro, blessings to you and the family. Peace and love to the kings and queens in the chat. B1 equals Black First. Good to see you in here, Queen. Always good to see you in here. James say, Bub, we all as brothers and sisters need to match our energy and passion for our people. It's in all of us, but so many haven't tapped into their blackness yet. And it's a shame to me, my brother. Yeah. I don't know if you guys heard about, I want to send a shout out to a podcast I listened to today. It's called At Back Bracking. All right. Back bracking, for me, man, I'm not in the habit, man, of sending shots out, man, to just any old body. But the conversation this brother had today and the way he went about it, I appreciated it. So much so that I want to send a shout out to him. And hey, suggest even for y'all to go check out this get down he dropped. He dropped it 2 days ago. I'm just now getting the bar of it. And he had the homeboy Gumby on there. And I like the way he set things down. I understood his message totally. I understood it totally. And so that's why I'm saying that, man, get that episode a shot. Give it a try, man. Hear him out. It's an hour and 26 minutes long. So I listened to the thing on the way here tonight, man. And I thought it was worthy of my time, because what he was talking about is what we discuss every Tuesday and Thursdays. And anytime I would, have the honor, the privilege, man, or, the time to drop something, that's what it's on. And that's what it was on. And I found it powerful. I enjoyed it. So y'all check that out, man. That's a shout out again, man. I don't know the brother's name personally, man, but his channel is Back Bracking, like back cracking, but he might be affiliated. It didn't make no never mind to me, man, because the message, it didn't have a color to me except for ours. What he spoke about was some solid stuff, man. All right. So I want to give him his medals, because I saw it as being a message that's above board. So y'all give him a shout out, man, if you can, man. It's a good look, man. Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, man. James said, man, and that's why I don't fuck with outsiders, bub. Cold as it seems, they on the outside looking in. All they know about is some goddamn rap music or the way media has always displayed our people. You got to walk in these shoes to understand. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying, straight up, I'm not saying, that it's not about at some point or someday, man, in the future that, we support other ethnic groups of people who are going through what we've been through. I'm saying, man, hey, this your fight though. This your fight, man, that you got to earn your medals too. Got to earn your medals too. You got to have, go through them sacrifices, man. Go through the trauma, trials and tribulations we are still going through. I trust that this is how I see the people. We get our stuff together, man. Yeah, then and only then are we supposed to support the world, be the saviors of the world. I think that's our purpose. But I tell you that that's null and void if we don't have our stuff together. We can't save ourselves. Hey man, what the hell? Like I said, we're in the same fight, same war, same boat, same situation. You know, to ask, to beseech, to request our support, our involvement, our blood, our sweat, our time. When, we need it, you guys is maybe just as much and never got it. And yeah, I think that's hypocritical. It's hypocritical, you know. But like again, I trust that we are the saviors of the world. But that's not going to happen until we're able to save ourselves. That's what I think, you know. So there it is, man. Alonzo said, man, over 45% voted for him. Shoot, probably more. I swear just yesterday I heard a statistic, it was 55%. But when it came to voting for blacks in the office, voting blacks in the state level, office and stuff, Congress, even the Senate, with no support from them. No support from them. So hey, Justin Today says black and white crap needs to end, cuzzo. And I agree. Look, man, what you have to understand, what we have to accept and overstand to some degree is that a whole lot of white people ain't with this funny shit. I mean, it might not show. It may not show. But there are those who are with it, who support who support us and know that we've been wronged. You see them, you'll see them. Now what number or percentage of them are very sincere, genuine about their activism in terms of our cause, even in terms of the cause of the immigrants or the Mexicans or any other, Latino or Latin speaking individual, we don't know, but they're there. They're there. White woman just got killed last week. Shot her dead. Now whether or not she deserved that, was she protesting? Was she, down to get down with the get down or not? I don't know. I just know she died. Gonna find out she was an activist. They wanted to label her radical. What's radical? Is radical anybody or that goes against the status quo or the so-called norms of those who run the country, those with the money, with everything? Is it radical, man, to not be okay with shit that you shouldn't be okay with? I don't know. Man. But hey, she lost her life. White lady lost her life. So in a lot of ways, man, everybody's not messed up, or in that space to where, they want to see harm done, to us. Everybody's not like that. They had I saw this. I don't know if y'all saw this. I just saw this today. I don't know the white boy name, man. Mike Lane is something, man. Dude goes around in a flap jacket, bulletproof vest or whatever, fatigue bulletproof vest, and he espouses hatred and racism. So I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before, he was in Minnesota, pushed up on that crowd. They're angry, they're mad, white people. So he pushed up into a group of white people, espousing hatred, disrespecting, using the N-word, right? White people get on him, bum rushing. I think that's why the video went viral. His own people like, man, we don't hear this shit, and took off on him. Guess what? A brother out of nowhere saved him. Same white boy just minutes before, referring to him and his kind as them word. Very disrespectful, but he saved him. Now, for the mind of me, I can't understand why he did that. I know I wouldn't have. I'd have threw fuel on the fire. I'd been like, lynch him up. The white boy. Come to find out, the white boy, he's a white boy, but he's also Jewish. Go figure, all right? Go figure. Anyway, this brother saves him. Got to quoting scripture, talking about what God would do, da, 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 da. But damn, my take on it is, and I think the take on it in the piece was, God don't defend evil. You don't assist evil. But he quoting the Bible, But we, man, just stupidity, man. Anyway, this is what's going on, man. Not all white people are messed up. I think the majority of them are. They got something going on. They're not trying to relinquish it. And they'll do whatever, say whatever to keep it. That's just my take on it, man. Not all of them are like that, but I think the majority are. But you would never see me on nobody's camera helping. Nah. Not when you out there like that. Not when you out there like that. And that's what I mean when I first started this piece. When, okay, you want our help, but this is how you act. When you see one of us, I think it's an immediate visceral feeling, in their core when they see some of us, they just outright hate us, worse than the white people. I don't appreciate that shit. I don't appreciate it. Some people might be okay, well, let it go, leave it alone. No, fuck that. Me too. Give you what you give me. Give right back to you. And I ain't scared. Made my peace, man. Ain't be any day. I'm all right. I'm all right with it. I'm not scared, man. Care about none of that. Get yours how we've been getting ours. But know who to give it to when you trying to get it. Don't try to give it to me and mine. That's a problem. And for anybody willing to allow that shit, man, wrong. That's the wrong move to make. What they say nowadays, stand on business. Man, fuck. Yeah, Alonzo said, man, how you Spanish and voted for him? Now mad, right? They didn't want to listen to us. And that's the cold thing, man. Again, man, this new to them, but we've been saying shit. We've been the example of what the fight really looked like. Oh, man, shit. Justin Day say, even when the white people laugh, I laugh. Come on, man. Just racist, man. Those is facts, though. Justin them is facts. They racist to the core. They raised theirs to be the same way. Rakufu said, Bubble, did you see the home? No, not yet. We had it on the thing. I think we've seen that before. But truth be told, I'm gonna have to watch it again. I don't remember it outright. So, give me my word, I'm gonna watch it again, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Tantrum Nose says, man, the world about to change. It already is in the other countries. It's just now hitting here. Facts. What I said, man, a few minutes ago, though, Tantrum, was this, man. The world is changing. The world is changing, and Europeans who run the world are starting to see the effects of the change, are starting to understand that people have had enough. Who are those people? People of color, you know, people who have been done wrong, you know, by European governments and militaries, you know, people who have been murdered, people whose land and property have been confiscated, women raped, children murdered, husbands murdered, locked up, you know, people have had enough, have had enough. And if you look closely enough, you see them imploding on each other. And this ain't the time for us to be, especially us, melanated people. We supposed to be looking for the signs, watching the signs, man, so that we know how to move, groove, or go through some shit or get past some shit. They're imploding. This again, man, we talk about this every week, man. The time is now. But see, they got so much in play that we can't even focus on real life shit that's really going on in the world that affects us. All things politics means something, man. Everything we go through every day is political. I don't care how you want to look at it, man. You can talk about relationships if you want to, personal relationships. It's all political. Talk about finances, the economy, political. Education, political. War, it's political. The world right in our faces is changing, y'all. This is the opportunity to come together. This is the opportunity to get it together. See? And though, while they may have things out there distracting us, they don't have their finger on the pulse, so to speak, because now they're at each other. It's no different than when we see brothers who are cool 1 minute on social media and the next they're at war with one another. They go through the same shit, man. They are not exempt from human nature. You know how human beings are. They go through it too. They just, in a lot of instances or cases, have more power than us. They can hide it. They can hide it. Whatever they're able to hide, they will. The Epstein files, they're going to hide that until they can't hide it no more. You know what I mean? Disagreements with other countries. This country saying, man, we're going to take this island of Greenland. And then the other one's like, oh, this motherfucker serious. Oh, well, come on here, fuck around and find out. Now they got this thing going. They're at odds. They are at odds. To boot, the countries that are at odds with, let's say, the United States, you know, about whatever it is Trump want to do, they're going through their own rebellions in their colonized nations, or these nations or these places they've colonized for a long time. They've been kicked out. You know, that free ride, you know, the free access to resources that tap have been cut off. We want to say cut the water off. They're cutting the water off. And on the Europeans, they don't know how to deal with that because they've been having this free ride for so long. Now they're frustrated. You see them going at each other now. This is our opportunity. This is our opportunity to get it together. This might last a few years with them at each other. You know, come on, man. Come on. Tantrum says the world about to change. It already is in the other countries. It is just now hitting here. It should have been here before anywhere else. You know, we should have been up in arms a long time ago. When them brothers in Africa decided to kick the French and Americans out of their countries, out of Africa, that should have been our cue. That should have been our cue to start the movement. I mean, really start the movement. You know, we don't have a lot of time, man. We got a lot of brothers and sisters. Oh, man, there's time, there's this. And no, there's not. No, there is not. Been saying this too. We don't have a whole lot of time. That window will close. That door will shut. And if it shuts on us, if that window closes and locks us in or keeps us out, We're not going to get another chance. In fact, man, if that happens, it's going to be worse. It's going to be worse than we can imagine. Come on, man. Appreciate that, Tantrum. Good seeing the get down as well, man. James Cass, I'm responding to your title, bub. Okay, what? Let me see what that. I don't know. You could be talking about what I was saying in terms of the community, man. What's wrong with the community? I don't know. You can break that down for me. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. That's what's going on. Hey, Raymond Skull, what it do, man? Roscoe, how you doing, bro? Love, man. Peace and blessings to you, your family, and the Rays, homie. Hope you're well. Good to see you in here as always, bro. You say peace and blessings, you, bub. Hope all is great with you and your family. Shout out to the brothers and home queens in your community. I extend my regard to the Royal Group congregation, and I'm pretty sure we extend it back to you wholeheartedly, man, in all sincerity, all right? Good to see you here, brother. Alonzo said, man, we fight for reparations. I had Soldier Denise here Sunday. Her with Miss Bonnie, the ex-wife of Tookie, Stanley Tookie Williams, you know, co-founder of the Crips. She was co-founder of the Cripplettes. So we sat down for a couple hours, man, and just chopped up a lot of stuff. We talked about a lot, man. But I say that to mention Soldier Denise, and in fact, I think Bonnie as well was saying, man, reparations are coming. You know, reparations are coming. We're going to get them. Maybe not in our lifetime was the phrase or was the statement that Soldier Denise said, but they're coming. I want to say I beg to differ. We go about this right. Reparations we can receive. You know, we can receive before, you know, the ending of a lot of our lifespan. You know what I mean? It's all about, man, what the word is now, man, the motion. Everybody want to say the motion. You know, if we land our plane just right, man, you know, we on that tarmac, man, we can jetty right up to that thing, man, and get what we have coming, what we got coming, man. It's ours to begin with, nobody else's. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care about the erasure of our history here. I don't care about none of that. All of us were not slaves, man, when we got here. Stop buying into that, man. You know, all of us men are not going to accept another thing. All of us are not going to accept religion or the Bible, how a lot of us see it and accept it. You know, some of us understand how that came to be. Some of us understand the history of Constantine and what he set out to do. You know, in fact, what he did, you know. Some of us know about the story of Arius, a black man in them times that saw what was going on and was against it. Constantine sent the head out on him. He had to flee. He didn't have an army or the money, the power Constantine had. Took him and his people, and they, guess where they left and went to? The Caucasus Mountains. See, a whole lot of history is erased, man. It's hard to come by. You know, I'm telling you, another thing they say about us, they say, man, put it in the book. We'll never read it. We won't read because we don't like to read. Damn lie. The statement should be, or what they should say, put it in the book and let's hide the book away so they can't get to it. You black people, they're going to read it, you know. But I'm saying that to say, man, whatever our philosophies are, our faith is, or whatever the case may be, that shit got to get put to the back burner, man. I don't care if it's a red rag, orange rag, a blue rag, a green rag, a black rag, a brown rag, a yellow rag. All that shit, man, that shit got to stop, man. That shit got to be put to the back, man. We got to get on this shit, man. I'm telling you, because we don't have time to be pussyfooting around, man. We don't. Our peace should be our peace. Our blessings, man, we should be able to point to them. We should be able to live in them. You know, we should be able to, man, just say, hey, man, hey, make it very apparent that we are blessed in a whole lot of ways, other than the fact that we've been surviving this onslaught for these hundreds of years, man. Yeah, that's a blessing. But is it really? Come on, man. We ain't got no time for nothing else. We ain't got no time for nothing else, man. I say, man, listen, I'm gonna get to what I want, because there's a whole lot I want to say. I'm gonna get to it, and I'm only reason I ain't got to it yet because I don't want to present dissension, controversy, conflict. I want to be mindful of what I say, man, and how I say it. To where when I'm saying it and how I'm saying it, these individuals or those individuals will know they've been spoken to. Without having to name names. We ain't got to do all that. I'm doing no telling. But we have to address shit, man. We got to be real about this shit, man. Otherwise, man, it's just a game, man, that we playing at and we're going to lose. Yeah, we're going to fight for reparations and a whole lot more. It's our shit. Not only did we build this, man, it was ours from the jump. Can't nobody else say, man, the evidence is there. The evidence exists. Look through people. You know? Hold up, people. Who? David. Let me. Hey, Dave, how you doing, brother? Go in and have a seat. Yeah, man, excuse that interruption, y'all. Yeah. No, it ain't working. I'm on, it's still down. Is it? Yeah, I don't know what's up there. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. But I'll get to it. I'll check it out.
Check it out, but you should be, you should be solid.
All right, good looking.
It's working on there.
Yeah.
When I called, he said there was no interruption.
Yeah, man. I just, that's the first thing I did when I got here. I'll check it out though. All right, bro. All right, excuse that interruption, people. But yeah, so listen, you know, the evidence is there, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else, man. Let's get to the point where we're not debating nobody about nothing, man. That's a waste of our energy. You know, that's a distraction. That is a distraction, man. You know, we ain't got to go through none of that, man. Let's just do what we supposed to be doing. And that's, man, getting our shit together, man. You know, lifting ourselves up by the bootstrap, man, not asking nobody for nothing, but going to get it. That's, man, look, that is the DNA of our people. We go get it. Man, look, the damn government tells us the black community in this country spends $1.4 trillion a year. Everything they do to us, all the shit we've been, how the hell we got $1.4 trillion? And again, if you ask me, that's on the low end. We got brothers and sisters go to these mega churches and they buying for these preachers, man, tens of millions of dollars worth of things, materialistic stuff. Where's that coming from? Imagine, man, if we just own our game, man, and we're doing what we're supposed to do. Come on, man. That we all go to the communities, to the people. We establish our own get out. We've done it before. Those were hard lessons to learn, right? It could be done again. But this time we're doing it, man, with structure. You know, a lot of brothers and sisters, I've heard it said, one of the mistakes a lot of our people made back then, you know, after Reconstruction, was not to have a military. You got to let nobody know you got it either. This is how you combat those who want to come and take something because you're doing well. They need us, man. We don't need them. Man, it's a whole lot, y'all. Reparations, that's just some of it, man. This, like I said, this is ours anyway. It's ours anyway. I heard a speech by the new mayor of New York. I forget the guy's name, man, off the rip, man, but he made a statement while being sworn in or after being sworn in that immigrants built this nation. Wow. For real? That's the disrespect others have for us when they don't want to not recognize, man, but hey, man, pay homage, give respect to what we've been through and what we brought to the table in this bit. Excuse me, damn, I'm mad. You know, in this get down, man. Straight up, man. Slap in the face. But reparations is just part of it. Just part of it. It ain't, nah, it's way more to it than that. And in fact, you know, for real, you don't want them to give you nothing anyway. Tell the truth. And give you something that they could take back. Let's get it ourselves, earn ourselves, and keep it. And make sure that no one can take it from us ever again. Got a lot of work to do, man. James, man, I hear you. He said, if there's no unity, there is no future. Facts, man. Facts. Back to what I was saying about the communities, man. Whatever the differences are, whatever the colors are, put that shit on the back burner, man. And another thing, man, just straight up, and this to the street level dudes, you know, in these communities, pushing this street shit like we do, you know, the gang shit. And man, ain't nobody lost no more than the other, man. Straight up, ain't nobody lost no more than the other. Those who may be losing now was winning, so-called winning shit 10 years ago, 15 years, 20 years ago, you know. Those who winning now was losing 15 years ago, 20 years ago, you know what I mean? Come on, man. Get rid of this stuff, man. Gang banging need to die, man, so that brothers and sisters can live, you know. And I'm with the brother Back Bracken. He said, man, fuck the streets. I agree, man. Streets have been nothing but detriment to us, man. We have nothing to show for being in the streets, man. Nothing. Nothing. In fact, we don't even own the streets we hang on, that we claim. Not one iota on any of them. I support that, man. Straight up. I support that. And a whole lot just like me do. See the big picture, man. And then for those who want to be talking that yin yang, man, about old head this and old man and fuck them old dude and all that, dumb fuck. You're a dumb fuck. That's where your leadership is, where your knowledge come from. Young cat ain't gonna run and lead nothing, man. Ain't knowledgeable enough to. You have to be schooled and laced. That's just the way it is. But what are you being schooled and laced with? The same dudes saying fuck these old heads. It's the same dudes that really, man, can bring it to you in such a way that, man, yeah, you can win. If you know how to win. Everybody want to attach a bag to it. Well, if I stop gang banging, what money? Man, gang banging ain't brought you no money. Why would I? Come on, man. First things first, man. Identity and education, man. That's it. That's it. We got a lot of people, man, in the habit of talking out of both sides of their neck. 1 minute is gang, this, that, and another, man. Yeah, man, there's that, like pushing a serious line, running shit, and you're not. On the other side of you, they talk of the people. You know, got to look out for the people. Yeah, fucking hypocrite, man. Fucking hypocrites, man. Dudes is hypocrites, man. And most of these dudes who pushing like they the shit, I promise y'all, they were not. They are not. Dudes are toxic. That's all. They poison. That's it. I stand on that, man. I stand on that. And again, man, damn what someone says. Look at what they do. Look at what they do. Observe how they get down, man. Them thing went out. Okay. Hold on. Let me put this thing up in here, man, because I don't like to get down on that. All right, y'all, check it out. I'm about to do something, and it might cause a disruption, man, because this thing is live. I want to keep this thing going, man. I want to keep this thing going, man. I'm about to do something. It may disrupt this get out, and if it do, y'all hold tight. I'm gonna come back in. I don't like the possibility that this thing could drop on me. You know, the building, for whatever reason, the Wi-Fi been acting up. You know, my neighbor just came over and asked. He said, "Well, his is up and running now." You know, but shit, I came in here, man. At 6, we have 5 something. Just double check it. I was here Sunday, same issue. You know, and was using the hotspot get down, man. And I'm telling you, I hate. You know, anyway. I want to try this, but like I say, I'm pretty sure. I think that if I do, I might lose you guys, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I just saw it buffering. That's why I'm bringing this up. Also, I just saw it buffering, so something probably was missed, man, and that ain't cool. Hold tight, man. Let me see. I'm kind of real skeptical about doing it. Somebody let me know if they can hear me or see me right quick. Give me a thumbs up or something. BLACKFIRST. Let me see if we up in this thizzle, man. I see you out, man. Getting it in. See, that's black man shit. Okay, I don't know, man. Can somebody let me know if they see me? All right, got you, Kimberly. Thank you. I'm gonna ride this out because I don't want to sever the connection, man. I'm feeling the people, man. I'm telling y'all, man, this shit is real shit, man. We got a lot of bullshit in the mix, y'all. We got a lot of people, man, playing both ends between the middle. You know, and pop that shit like they're about the people, man, really just chasing clout, want to be seen, you know? And I think that's sucker shit. I think that's sucker shit. That's me saying that. Again, I'll stand on it. You know, cats to go to certain podcasts because in their mind they can get away with saying shit, telling lies. You better not want to come here and think I'm gonna let you get away with a lie. No, I'm gonna keep it civil. But you know, we ain't had none of that. I mean that, man. All right, appreciate you letting me know, Kimberly, that everything is up and running. All right, I'm almost caught up too with the get down, y'all. All right, here we go. Yeah. So yeah. We supposed to fight for reparations, but at the same time, we got way more than that coming. That's what we have to know, man. We have to know this. That's how we push to get more. Going after what we know is ours, what we got coming, because we pushing for it. Not because somebody want to offer it to us, placate us, pacify us. Nah, man, what's done is done. You did that. We ain't letting you do that no more. Anything we get now, we taking it. We earned it. It's ours. Give me shit. Don't give me nothing. Real shit, man. James said, man, if there's no unity, there is no future. That's the point, man, we trying to make, man. We have to unify, man, in order to be able to go on, go further, man, in this thing we call live life. You know, we want to make society better. You know, we want to make the world a better place for our kids, man, our grandkids. We got to push for that, man. We have to earn that. Do the things we supposed to be doing. Man, where the brothers at, man? On some real live grown man shit. You know? Straight up, man. Our game bangers, man, is really our military, man. They're our scholars, man. You know, our scientists and shit, you know? And our politicians. But all that for us, man, and nobody else. You know? We serving shit, man. We ain't supposed to be serving, man. And this is coming from somebody who fucked up. Who fucked up. Y'all know I'm the first to admit it. I'm part of the problem. The issues we see today, I had a hand in that. I regret that shit, man. I hate the fact I did it. I didn't have to do that to be from my community. And this is what I'm trying to impart to the young ones. Man, look, man, it take all kinds, man. We no fool in the streets, man. I mean, it takes that too, but you don't have to be that. You can be the next whatever you choose to be in terms of positivity and production, man. Identity, man. And love, not just for self, but for your people. You don't have to be no fool, man. You could be whatever that is in your community, but on a grander scale. On a whole nother level, man. Supersede what came before you. That's the fucking purpose. That's the purpose. Oh, man, y'all don't have to do this shit. Stop listening to cats, man, that's still chasing fame and they 30, 40, 50, 60 years old. They supposed to be lacing you young cats, man, in terms of how to navigate through life without issues. Help you understand, man, what education you need, man, in order to get done what needs to be done so that you, and not only you and yours, but you and everybody around you, man, is all right. You giving them opportunity because you're allowing the next brother to live. So opportunity is granted. Have an opportunity, man, to do better, to live so that you can do better. That's the get out, man. You got cats, man, like I say, man, they be double speaking, talking out to both sides of their necks, straddling the fence. 1 minute they about the young brothers and the people, and then the next you see them on these podcasts and they talking stupidity, man. Stupidity. Straight sucker shit. Wish you would want to come on here, man, and be real about it. That invitation is always open to any of you. Mean that. Raymond Scholes says, man, speak truth to power them, bub. In addition, our ancestors' blood, sweat, and labor established the framework of America's economy. Without us, it wouldn't even be the superpower it is. We did that. We did that. All right, Frederick Hasby, salute right back to you, bro. The homie said, man, my bad, Bubble, man. I didn't hear if you was able to watch the movie, The Home yet. And I was saying that me and the wife were in the room the other day and she put it on and she said, we watched this before. I just don't recall it. Excuse me, y'all. But I will watch it in the coming days. For me, the weekend is best because I have time to do it. I can relax, sort of, you know. With the new podcast, I have to put, you know, some stuff down on that new podcast, the new platform. Tomorrow and Thursday, I'm gonna just go all in and put out stuff, man. Boom, boom, boom. But it's always gonna be stuff that's above board, you know, politics. And I don't want people to think that the politics will be discussed. Politics will be just about the government. You know what I mean? You know, that sort of thing. No, man. Understand what politics are, man. And if you understand what politics are, that's gonna be the discussion. It's gonna be the content, man. It ain't gonna be no, you know, politics on a reactionary level, but politics speaking truth to power. What is, you know, and what ain't, you know. I'm not trying to bust nobody out. I'm just trying to, hey man, this is what it is, you know, and this is how it may or may not affect us or you know. So there's that, man. But I'm gonna get to that movie, bro. I promise you that. Raymond Scott said other groups obviously felt entitled certain freedoms / privileges, especially being colonized by a European country like Spain. Y'all was fooled by lies. We knew our truth as blacks. That's truth to power, bro. Alonzo, you said, how do I find the other channel, All Things Politics? You can go to at All Things Politics, excuse me, 26. And matter of fact, I'm gonna pin it in the comments, man. I'll put it in there. You know, I'll drop the link in there, man, so that y'all can go and check that out. But yeah, at All Things Politics 26. All right. Low H Top, man. Lemon Deuce, how you doing, bro? He say HIP, Baby Duck, and Big 2. All right, Westside Lemon Deuce, whatever we do. All right, man. Again, man, rest in peace to them brothers, man. Yeah, still ain't got over 2, man. That's the fuckery we're talking about, you know, and how the community, and you know, it's just what you see in society today. Those imploding upon their own, you know, just it's all bad, man. It's all bad, man. You know, it's all bad. Like I say, just watch enough social media, man, you'll see it. It's right there. It's right there, man. Brothers going against brothers, man, realigning themselves with so-called previous enemies and shit. And before you know it, they're back at it again. And that's just what it is, man. And it's not sad. It don't have to be that. It don't have to be that. And that shouldn't be what it is, you know? But again, social media, man, is a scourge, man. Especially what we see in terms of what we see in the community, mostly on social media. It's a scourge, man. It means it's no good. It's a detriment. It's like the streets, man. Anybody want to be in the streets, man, the way they're in the streets, man, with this beer, man, that's a detriment, man. It's a detriment. It's international, man. That means, man, it's harmful and detrimental to you and others. Shit is no good, man. You die in the street or end up in prison, man. You will get nothing from it. You get nothing from it, man. Nothing to show for, you know? So again, man, our love, respect, and condolences to both those families, bro. It's good to see you also, Low H Top. Good to see you in here, bro. Yeah, real spit, man. Man. The homie said, man, I ask anybody listening. The homie, I like this. He said, I ask anybody listening, what is the fundamental difference between education versus indoctrination? All right, let's see if we get some answers, some responses to that, the homie. Good question as always. Appreciate that. James, y'all jump in there, Alonzo. Let's see what that say. Alonzo say indoctrination is lies. All right. All right. James said, yeah, I was just stating the main factors affecting the communities in a detrimental way. That's true, yo. Alonzo Johnson said, education is the knowledge of life on life. Justin Sadeh says, man, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel when I try to get along with blacks, and some of them don't even give a crap about me. Be damned if I say the word ninja in a good way, but I'm white in 2026 and I look like I have the sickness. So what I'm supposed to do, cuz, set me straight. All right, let me digest what you said and really try to comprehend what you're saying. Now, I almost took it as you say you're Caucasian. That's why I almost took it. You know what I mean? You say, okay, I'll read it again though. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel when I try to get along with blacks, and some of them don't even give a crap about me. Be damned if I say the word ninja in a good way. Huh. But I'm white in 2026 and I get looked at like I have the sickness. Okay, I kind of get that. And just correct me if I'm wrong. Are you saying you white? Are you saying, because, he's acting white. No, don't act white. Don't do it. Mm-mm. Oh, I'll get you. Now listen, bro, for real. Hey man, understand that our people been through a whole lot of shit, man. Right? Let's acknowledge that. And because of that, man, we have a whole lot of people I was talking about this a minute ago, how we misdirect our anger, our frustrations on how life has treated us or how those in power have treated us. And I'm gonna tell you one of the main things we do, especially us as a people, we misappropriate our anger, man, and our frustration towards the wrong people, ourselves, A lot of us, man, because we've been through it, and it don't seem like we're getting any let up out of it, man. We tend to just say, man, fuck it, man. I'm gonna just treat how they treat me, I don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. Don't care about me. I don't care about them. That shouldn't be the mindset. First and foremost, man, if that's the type of get down you're around, you have to extract yourself from that. I don't care what color you are. That's just like this thing in Minnesota, man. These white people, man, they seen the white dude doing what he was doing, man, going all in, da 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 da, and they got on his shit. Basically telling them, man, we're not having none of that. Now, if you're hanging around a certain group of people, be they black or white, and there's no love and respect there, you're supposed to extract yourself from that situation, man. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what color you are, man. That's just what you're supposed to do. And there's a reason why you should do that. Especially if you understand and you have an understanding of who you are, and what your purpose is, man. How your spirit talk to you, man. War when it comes to you. You don't look for it. Trouble when you see it. You don't go after it. You know what I mean? You have to be the individual, man, to know how to pick and choose, not just your battles, but the people you associate with, those you would call your friends, your bros, those that you say I love, and those who say they love you back. That's just a life lesson for anybody. You don't have to be black or white to get that, man. Straight up. Straight up, man. Now, whatever you are, here's something I know, man, for a fact. There are people, man, and this is just some real shit, man. Anybody in the Royal Group congregation could probably attest to this. There are people who are black, can't stand black. More white than they black. You know what I mean? And it ain't always because of some disease, not disease, but dis-ease, just might be that's the way they genetically connected or, wired. Then you have white people and others. You can't tell them they not black. It's just, that's a fact. We'll go to war with you. Those who are really real about it, about you telling them what's in their, their soul, their spirit, how they get down every day. The movie, man, damn, I don't know why this movie is such a reference to me. The spook that sat by the door. Y'all recall that movie? And go back to that white dude. Go back to that white dude, and he wasn't playing. I know that's a character. You know what I mean? That's fiction. It was a movie that come from a book. And people exist though. On both spectrums, y'all. Let's get it real. Let's be real about that. Let's be real about that. So my suggestion, my advice to you is, hey man, that's not where your energy should be. That's not where your focus should be. Your focus should be understanding, knowing that, okay, man, if I'm in this environment and around people don't appreciate me and know what I'm about, that I'm probably be more about them than they are about themselves. Hey man, I need to extract myself, man, from that environment, from that circle. You know what I mean? Those individuals, because there are people that appreciate people just based on their genuineness, how genuine they are, how sincere they are, how they get down. Like I was saying a minute ago, man, I'm telling y'all, man, for the most part, observation is your best teacher. You have to learn how to observe people, not just, man, in the audible sense, but in the visual. And I mean by watching what they do and how they get out. And tell you everything about them. It tell you everything about them, man. If you just listening to shit, you talking shit back and they just listen to it, they don't prove shit. It proves nothing. Just the fact, somebody know how to shoot the shit. But if you'll get down, man, how you're made up, man, is exposed and expressed in how you get down. That's all the proof and pudding you need, That's my advice to you, man. Straight up. The fact that you say, hey man, okay, I'm white. All right, so what you about, man? What are you about? How does that transcend, or how does that, add to, your purpose, man, in life, or what it is you see fit to, express and show to those you have an affinity for? I'm just saying, I don't know. But you got to be you got to be the one who is able to make the decision in terms of how you see yourself, man, in this life. That's it. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you, homie. I'm the same way, man. I got to know that I'm comfortable in my skin to push whatever I'm going to push, man, and be real about it. I'm not going to be seesawing. I don't play both ends between the middle, man. If I got an issue, man, with something or somebody, all right, man, I got to know why I have that issue. Then I got to understand, man, how to go about dealing with that. And am I willing to go about dealing with it, the way it needs to be dealt with? And sometimes it ain't always about, words of anger, words of disrespect, shit of that nature. I'm one that I don't agree with the M word. So I'm definitely, against anybody, if you're not black, using the M word. That includes whites, Mexicans, whatever. I just think that's something that shouldn't be done. It's derogatory, especially, I don't care if we're using it in a good way or not. I just think that's something, that's one of the things we shouldn't be doing. To me, it creates a bad precedent, So there that is, man. And I hope that was insightful enough, that was advice enough for you to understand that, hey, man, your get down, man, determines who you are, what you really about. No one else can do that for you, man. This is what I'm trying to tell our people. We are the ones who decide, man, what it is, man. No one else, man, should have that power. And if someone else think that they had that power, we had to dissuade them of that. We had to not just convince them that they're wrong. And we do that through our actions, man. We address that through our actions. And our actions, man, just be, you know, a buck, man. Let's be a pound on this. Have to be above board. It has to be done, and it has to be expressed in such a way, man. There's no doubt left, man, about what we own or how we getting down. That's just it, man. That's what I say. So you're here, and the Royal Group congregation accepts you being here. Hey, man, more power to you. But know, man, that you've been honored in such a way, man. Hey, man, that's not a privilege, man, that should be squandered. And, you know, we're people, we can tell you about squandering opportunities and privilege, you know. So take that for what it's worth, man. Take that for what it's worth. Kimberly Mitchell, how's it going? How's it going, home queen? How you doing, baby? Sister, excuse me. It's sister. How are you? She said, Hoover, hey, real ones, been busy. Stay strong and discipline your spirit. More obstacles are coming. Take care of each other. Love yourself and family. She said, more obstacles are coming. Y'all think this shit is something else? Nah, man, this ain't shit. This ain't shit. I'm telling you, this ain't nothing yet. It ain't nothing yet. It's gonna get worse before it get better. And I'm telling y'all, the only way this thing gonna get right is if we make it get right. Ain't nobody gonna make nothing happen for us, man. That's just them facts. Facts, man. Proof is in the pudding, like I said. It's on us. The homie says, cool thing about that Bible, we Africans already have a completely different outlook on creator and creation, incompatible to the Bible. Come on, man. Come on. That'd be nice if you not break it down, but give a brief example of that, bro. Give somebody something to think about and go look at, go look up, go research, go read. You know, that would be very helpful. M13, you know, says, man, peace to the family out there. Right back to you. Peace to you, brother. We hope that all is well. Again, man, this is the third, maybe the fourth week you've been here, man. Peace and blessings to you and yours, bro. All right. Grand Rising, man. Love the fact that everybody here is taking advantage of that. You know, the opportunity, man, to increase your life. You know, to make good on today way better than you did yesterday, man. That's the reason for, you know, Grand Rising, the spirit, man, has been reawakened. That's what a new day means, man. Grand Rising, not good morning. Grand Rising, man. There's power, man. There's power attached to it. Words are spells, man. Al Thomas says, man, salutations, big bro, to you and the queen and everyone in the RGC. Excuse my tardiness. I was in the school board meeting, but I'm here now. B1 equals black first across the board. See, that's man shit. Involved. You're not leaving nothing to chance. You're not allowing nobody, man, to make predictions, to take actions on your behalf or your children. Real life man shit, man. Appreciate hearing that and knowing that, bro. Do your thing, man. And you say, I agree wholeheartedly, Queen Nzinga. What did she say? Let me go find it. I missed that. I missed something.
Yeah. I made comments to the difference between indoctrinate and teaching.
Probably did not. I didn't see it. You said peace and blessings, Roku girl. I must have missed it then. Anyway, I'll probably find it. But it's season black, and yet it's a shame that me and my brothers. Okay, that's Lisa more than facts. Okay. Yeah, man. I don't see C1 in there, y'all. Hopefully she's all right. Hopefully she's all right. And they go for everybody, man. And if not, man, we have to improve. Like I said, we have to improve our lives, man. We have to improve, not, man, our mindsets, man. In order to improve our lives, we have to improve our mindsets, man. That's what I'm saying. Shit. Okay, Queen Nzinga said, the homie, I think it comes down to how you are taught to think. Education teaches you how to think. Indoctrination teaches you what to think. All right. That's the beauty of this get out. Y'all, I'm hoping everybody pick that up. Pick that up. There is a difference. That's why Al Thomas said, I agree wholeheartedly, Queen Nzinga. Queen Nzinga says, education can give you the tools to find and seek the truth. Indoctrination tells you a truth they want you to accept because they tell us so. There you go. There you go. Justin today said, man, I just wanted people to know that I want peace. Jumped off in 1990, 107 Hoover Crip. I stopped banging a long time ago now, but I'm still grooving. All right. But what are you doing? What do you mean I'm still grooving? See, and this is what we're trying to discuss, you know, amongst those in the community who say they're still grooving. What do you mean? You know, is that still grooving? Are you suggesting that, you know, you're still grooving? Are you growing? What are you bringing to yourself or those around you that's positive, that's productive? How does that affect your life, man? In what way does that affect your life? Is still grooving as a negative thing or a positive thing? You know? It's what we should know, man, in terms of what we say we're doing. You know, express that, bro. Express that, you know? Alonzo, man, you are absolutely correct. Our community has to come together. It has to come together. All right, appreciate knowing that I'm good, man. Everything is all right. Good, good. Kimberly Mitchell said, man, I call these men now these days on the internet, broadcasters, speaking more drama than females, weirdos, broadcasters. Hey, man, there's some truth to that, man, because I'm telling you, it's the saddest thing, man, to see brothers bickering, you know, cat fighting and shit, you know, being everything but a man, you know, and yeah, that's sad. It's sad, man. It's sad. It's sad. Oh, Queen Nzinga put the link in there for the new channel for me. Thank you very much. All Things Politics 26. All right. Thank you for that. Yeah. Hey, Kimberly, yeah, that was good. That's a good one. That was a good one. I like that. The homie say, Bubble, how is it that there is a Korean place of business in all Black communities in South LA, but not one Black store in Koreatown? Hey, man. Again, see, when we're talking about things like that, man, when we're talking, especially when we talk about entrepreneurship, man, businesses, I mean, running businesses, and not only that, but running businesses, you know, anywhere you can run a business, man. The problem with that is that, man, we haven't been, again, it's education, man. We haven't been taught how to run a business anywhere on the face of the planet, man, you know, without running it into the ground, you know, without having it, you know, conducted in such a way that it's above board, where other ethnicities will respect it and patronize it, you know. A lot of us, man, we take our issues to our business. Like we do, a lot of us take our issues to work with us. You know, I've been in businesses, man, Black businesses where they got kids running around there. They brought their kids to their business, you know, and immediately I'm thinking, okay, shit ain't gonna get done here. It's, you know, I mean, that's just one way to look at it, man. But there's no respect for us, because again, man, we haven't shown ourselves respect. We haven't shown ourselves respect. And that's in terms of establishing a viable business, a business that's about business, a business that is putting forth a product or, offering a service done correctly. We don't know the first thing about what a Korean consumes, but they know everything about us. We don't know what noodles they like, and that's not racial. You know what I mean? We don't know how they like their duck cooked, or we don't know a whole lot of shit. That's the problem. We're not educating ourselves, man, to do business. A lot of them Koreans come over here, man, on work visas or however they got here. A lot of them are immigrants too. And they come with the knowledge that they could come into any one of our communities and start a fish fry joint, a Chinese restaurant, shrimp fried rice, sell your barbecue, open a t-shirt business, open a wig business, nails, pedicures, manicures, Come on, man. They willing to do the homework. They willing to research. Okay, what do we like? And then not only that, but got the understanding that we'll spend our money with anybody. It's always the opposite though with other races. Man, your shit got to be ran like a business for other ethnicities to patronize your business. I don't care if it's a restaurant or cleaners. I don't care if it's a car wash man or janitorial service. Is it ran like a business? That's what I think. Ain't no black stores in Koreatown because we don't know how to go and establish businesses in other areas. That's one. Two, it could be, hey, they might own the property there. See, we don't own the property in our community. So when any other ethnicity comes to our community, they don't come to us to rent that or lease that building. We don't own that building. Some Jewish person or some white person, may own that building. Black people own that building. So they ain't got to worry about us saying, no, you can, no, well, I'm already going to rent it out to another, business person, because they ain't got to worry about that because they know we don't own shit. Not like that. We don't own commercial buildings, storefronts and shit like that where you can start a viable business. Now you go to Koreatown, more than likely, they're going to own maybe 30 to 40% of, the shops over there, the businesses. That's the difference. That's the difference. Okay. Anthony Tibbs say, man, definitely a Caucasianoid. Caucasoid. Excuse me, y'all. And Justin Day said, yes, sir, I'm white, cuz. All right. Now, by the same token, and I see you, Glenn Mack. What's up with you, loved one? All right. By the same token, man, listen, man. When we grew up, and I'm gonna tell y'all some real spit, man. When we grew up on Hoover, and like I said, we got there, we moved on Hoover, man, in 1960. Put it like this, I was 3 years old. That would probably make it 1967. All right. There were white people there. All right. And they didn't move out. We got homies that tell you to this day that white people lived there you know, for a long time into the 80s. And shit got bad, and I figured it's okay, time to go. You know. But my point is this, man. I grew up, man, with a few of the white families that were left there, man, you know, going to school with them and everything, you know. The color of their skin initially, because, you know, we're raised a certain way, but we weren't racist. We knew that they were white, you know what I mean? But that wasn't shit to us, you know, we still was cool, you know, and they knew how to get out, you know what I mean? Not with the hands, but how to interact with us, you know what I mean? Not because of survival mechanism, so to speak, but because that's where they wanted to be, you know, straight up, you know. I grew up around all kind of people, man, you know. Now, my point again is this, man, what kind of individual is he? You know, a lot of people talk about milk. A lot of people hate milk because he's white. And some might find other reasons to hate him, but hate him because he's white and he grew up the way he grew up. A lot of people don't think that's right. You know, a lot of people don't think that's right, man. But shit, you got homeboys that got love for milk. You know, Justin today say, hey man, this is what it is. He feels comfortable enough to say, hey man, this is what it is. Cause I feel like I'm a part of this. Get out. Come on, man. Straight up. I don't see it any other way. He hasn't been in here with no shenanigans. Not once. You know? And I don't think that's going to change. That changes, then that's another thing. You know what I mean? So I don't think you have to clarify any of that, man. Just be yourself, man. Just be yourself, man. That's it. Because didn't nobody have to know that. You did? But you chose to share that. Okay, so be it. See one dead. You know? Our home queen, our home girl, our sister in this get down said, hey man, this is what I am. Anybody reject her? No. You know, funnies, man, you know. You're coming up in this get down, man, you got to know what you're coming up into. And again, this get down is above board. My thing, like I said, and it should be us, man, just as human beings, man. It's black people, man. Let's get something straight, man. Ain't nobody more loving and accepting than we are. Let's be 100 until you cross us. Then all that love goes out the window, you know. Then we go, you know, now it's an issue. You know, fucked around and found out some shit. You know, we don't play. You know, say, man, I'm not concerned one bit, man, about that, Justin Day. What kind of individual are you? You know, you got to determine that, man. You know, for us to see, for us to understand, to overstand, you know, and ultimately respect. All right. Glenn Mack, man, said, man, what's good, Bubble? Queen and Zinga said, man, well, first off, Glenn Mack, man, everything is everything, bro. Everything is everything, man. This is where we are, man. All right. This is the way it's supposed to be in this moment right now. You tapping in and say, man, what's good, man? The fact that you up in this get down with us, that's a good look. That's a good look, man. That's what's good. Appreciate you being up in here too. And you got a lot to say, and I appreciate that even more. All right, we're gonna get to it. Queen and Zinga said, I feel you, Queen Kimberly. Straight weirdos. Glenn Mack, man, you go on to say, man, do you believe the book 48? Do you believe the book 48 of Power in Machiavelli was to destroy the black community? the book 48 of Power in Machiavelli. Yeah, I read Machiavelli. I told you that was one of the books we used to study that, I would advise the loved ones to read and study. What I comprehend is that, hey man, if you read the book right, then you understand the machinations of people. All right. That's what the book was telling you, how to, not just how to deal with cutthroat and, dudes, you know how people are, in the world, but then how to go about eliminating people, or, putting them in, under your wing, or, putting them in your service. The book is just a blueprint on how to deal with a world that's full of politics, man. The book was telling you don't trust politics. The book was telling you, man, hey, when somebody show you who they are, believe them. And if you want to continue to indulge or involve yourself with them, you better know you're dealing with a snake. Can't tame snakes, man. I don't know, man. To destroy the Black community, I didn't get that. If we're talking about Machiavelli, the Prince, that's the book I read. That's the book, I really delved into. And again, I advise loved ones to read it. But to destroy the Black community, and see, you're talking about when that book was written at the time when actually they were still trying to get knowledge, psychology, philosophy, and all that stuff from us. They would, they might have been, ain't no telling how long they had been in, our school of thought. That book, yeah. I don't know in terms of destroying the Black community. It was about, destroying your enemies. That's what it was about, and how to go about doing that, But for me, in terms of me recalling specifically, was to destroy the Black community. I can't speak to that, man. I don't recall that. If you know something about it I missed, man, break it down to me. I'm open, man. I'm open for that. You go on to say anyway, Glenn Mack, because it feels like we use it on our own people and nobody else. Again, so the reason I gave the book, or I would advise loved ones to read the book, was to understand other people, not us. And in terms of how to deal with them and what to watch when you interact with them, how to look for, again, the machination, the plots and stuff like that. Man, our people, man, just on some, ain't on no Machiavelli shit, man. Just not. What our people are doing is just so obvious, man, and it really is just numbnut shit. It's misguided, man, testosterone, and all that other shit, all kind of other, biochemical shit going on in dudes' heads, man. I don't, nah, I wouldn't attach that to that. What I would probably attach to it is the indoctrination, that a lot of us have received in terms of hating ourselves. We've been indoctrinated with, this thing about self-hate. I think it's more of that than anything else. That's what I think. That we've been miseducated, man. That's about it. To such an extent, or such a point where, man, damn, man, the way the world hates us is how we reflect that hate on each other. You know what I mean? We see how the world feels towards us, and so therefore we act the same way towards each other, the way the world act towards us. Just been indoctrinated, man, fucked up. That's what I think. And you got a point. We do this to our own. We don't do this to nobody else. And that's man, that shit hurts, man, to realize that, to know that, to see that. Man, I'll give a brother a pass for I'm giving anybody else a pass, man. And I had to learn this. I had to learn to be that way, to think that way, because I was indoctrinated with that same self-hate, the same self-destructiveness. If I'm willing to hate a brother, kill a brother, then I hate myself and I will kill myself. We've just been indoctrinated with bullshit, man. That's the truth. It's the truth, man. Kimberly Mitchell says, Justin, stop trying to get acceptance from other races. Our spirits clash. That's the reason why, you get acceptance from your white people. From your white people. We all need to stay in our lane. All right. Stop trying to say, hey, man, I have to be yourself, man. Be yourself. M13, say OG spitting real game. Appreciate you. Likewise, young brother. Appreciate you as well, man. James Cash says the N-word has been looked at as a term of endearment for decades in our communities, but it absolutely gives no right to anybody else to use it, especially among their own. I hear Mahindas say it a lot. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I come home from prison, and I was with my wife. I don't know where we were, a store or something. And the young Mexicans, they was in the store, and I heard the N-word, and I spent like, but they were not even looking in my direction. They talking, but this how they talk. Yeah, ninja, Now in prison we didn't. No, that's a no. That's a no. They can't do that. Now if something didn't change since I've been gone, I would be very, very surprised and shocked. But yeah, but in me, my wife, she see the, she said, no, baby, this how these kids is talking out here. I'm like, oh, what? Don't give a fuck. He saying that shit around me. Disrespect. But again, they wasn't paying me no mind. And they had, we in the store, they're walking and talking to each other. And I swear they was black. And I didn't like it. I don't like it. I don't tolerate it. I don't tolerate it. It's just something I'm in agreement. I don't think we should say it, let alone anybody else. It serves no purpose. Endearment, term of endearment, she's like, hey, my brother, hey, black man, hey, soul brother, yeah, hey, king, hey, God, that would be a term that I would be, I would be endeared to hear that. I would love to hear that. I would love for some, but don't, hey, my ninja, hey, no, man, we're not doing that, man. We're not doing that. So I'm with you on that. I don't approve of it. I don't approve of, especially of others saying it, and then just for the record, other people should just, just have the common sense to say, no, that's not for me. That's not for me. And you don't have to, when you hear black said that, man, hey, that you shouldn't say that then. No, don't do that either. Don't do that either. But yeah, man, I'm in agreement with that, man. I don't like that, man. I don't mess with that. Yeah, I don't fuck with it, man. I don't fuck with it. And it's what I say, man. But see, when we talk about what other people are doing that we dislike or despise, we have to look at ourselves to understand or come to try to understand why they doing it. In their minds, they gotten approval from us to do the shit they do or say the things they say when it comes to us, because they see that's what we exhibit amongst each other. Again, hey, man, we have to be accountable. We have to be accountable. Straight up, man. I mean, yeah, it ain't cool, period, point blank. Not just for us to say it, but more so for anybody other than us to say it. Either way, it shouldn't be acceptable. It shouldn't be accepted. Kimberly Mitchell say, hey, you need to stop saying the word period. Seriously. You fucking crazy. Oh, he's sending some more. When it first said it, I didn't know. Well, I already said what I said about it to him. Since I'm going back on that. I said what I said. It's unacceptable, man, period, point blank. All right, y'all. There you go. Okay. James Cash said these clowns and buffoons try to justify the use of it through the rap and hip hop culture. Fuck them all. They all goofy. But again, and this is what I'm saying about that. We have to be the example, man. We have to be the right example, not the one. People mimic everything we do. And they do it because they see us doing it, and because we not just promote it, but we give the impression that it's cool. That's some good, this what we, hey, men is straight, that's what we do. And it's not. People mimic, man, and copy everything we do. This don't make it right, man. So now we mad. And again, I get it, but we're mad because they're saying it when we don't recognize or realize the culture is being usurped anyway. And it's like we're handing over the keys to the house. You can come on in, do as you please. We have to be accountable, man. Again, though, I don't, Justice Day, anybody else, nah, that shit ain't cool. Period, point blank, period, point blank. I'm pro-black, not racist. That's James, man. There you go. You going to say, man, bunch of blood-sucking devils. Stay true to yourself and your own one. James going to say it's a meaningless soap opera, but they get paid after it all. Buster shit. The homie says, African spirituality over all the supreme deities is non-gender based. The beauty, that outlook is we male and female creations can rest in a greater ideology than our human conceptions. Man, I was with the sisters the other day, and we were having a discussion about how man have taken over or it's become the superior gender. And I think my argument was I don't necessarily think that's true. I think that through time, Caucasians have painted the picture that they're superior, not paternalistic, but how the male figure have taken over the maternalistic, impression. The world, let's put it like this: in nature, these species is the female. It is. Now, how it got to the point where man has become, the top of the top, man. And if you just want to use war as an example, then go ahead. I don't think that's necessarily right either. But women, to me, just based on what I've read and what I can understand, have always been the dominant species. And again, I don't mean in the physical sense, because if that's the case, that's all you can point to. I always thought that the woman was first. I don't trust, I don't trust, the Bible in a lot of aspects or respects. The old riddle or conundrum which came first, the chicken or the egg, and you have to ask, okay, what came first, man or woman? Now, if you a believer in the Bible, then the Bible say Adam, and God took a rib, bone from his rib, and made Eve, whatever. I'm along the lines of, like I say, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Man can't give birth, can't birth nothing, and I know that throughout nature and probably throughout history, androgynous beings probably existed. I don't know. I just don't think that, this thing about man being the dominant one or being first is I don't think that's viable. It's just, I think there's a lot being hidden and we just don't know what it is yet, But to your point, the homie, there was no gender, spirituality was not gender based, so I agree with that, man. And that should tell us something. The Bible all of a sudden it says that God is a man. Damn, for real? Why? How? Who said that? I don't know, man. I don't know if, a lot of that, any of that is just, concrete, if those are facts. I just don't know. I don't trust it, me. Yeah, but anyway, I'm going to read that again to homie because I thought it was profound, man. African spirituality over all the supreme deities is non-gender based. The beauty of that outlook is we male and female creation can rest in a greater ideology than our human conceptions. What a beautiful thought to ponder. Rather intelligent thought. Like that. James said, man, they do whatever or say anything they want on podcasts because that money is all that matters to them, regardless of what is said and done. The circus clowns are stepping and the sheep are fetching. Yeah, we got a lot of step and fetch jumping off now. And again, I say, and I'll continue to say, dudes are selling us out, y'all. We're being sold out. A whole lot of selling out going on. That's what I think. Yeah. All right, Poke, I see you. And then I'm gonna read that, James, because I think it should be read. You say, I don't have nothing against anybody except those who have something against me or mine. Boom goes the dynamite. That's the one. Pope, what it do, loved one? You say what it do, bub, over time. I'm hearing Machiavelli talk. But as always, shout out to UTG and the kings and queens in the Royal Group congregation. Self-hate is our poison. But I'm still love my folks regardless. I'ma still love my folks regardless. Tell the truth. And we gotta figure out a way, Poke, to get them to love themselves as well, man. Imagine how much greater that love for us, for self and us would be, Man, imagine that. Imagine that. You go on to say, Poke, one thing for me is that I would never force myself to be around anybody. Just like, why go to a party uninvited? But you're always welcoming and inviting our folk to the UTG. That's what it is, homie. Yep. Happy to be here. And seriously, thank you, bro. Likewise, bro. Glad that you're here always, man. And I hope you're doing good, man. I hope everything is everything. You and yours taking care of business, man. All right. Anthony Tibbs said a whole lot of tenderism took over most of the black men. Yeah, I caught that one too, though. Hey, Anthony Tibbs, I seen how that shit went down, man. How that cracker, man. And that's the game, man. And I'm telling you, and I think it's only like that because again, see, we aren't educated. We've been so miseducated, man, to where we don't even know enough to protect our intellectual property, you know? And then if that's the case, say for instance, we do, but we don't know enough, man, to how to go get some shit registered, done our way, man, in the hope we're done right and in the hopes that who's ever in the patents office or whatever ain't stealing our shit and and selling it to the rich. Because I think they have an inside loop or inside in into that patent office. And sometimes it might be the highest bidder get that. I don't know. But I know one of the things we're supposed to do, man, when you have an idea, you want to trademark or patent something, you do what they call the layman's patent first. You know, you write what that ideal is and everything. You put down specifically everything. Go to the post office, get you one of them big envelopes, you know what I'm saying? And you mail it back to yourself. Do not open it. Make sure it's dated. Make sure there's a time on it. Make sure you sit, and also you maybe, or you probably want to have a witness or two, or have it notarized. Have it notarized or have a witness or two sign it. So when somebody come up with your idea and you see it, you got that envelope with proof, and you can go, you get you a patent lawyer or somebody that really know their shit. Hey man, video record that shit, open that shit and hey man, there's your proof. A lot of us don't do that though. A lot of us don't do that, man. And this is how they get us. And then a lot of us are too trusting. We won't trust each other, but Bob, we were just talking about this last week. We won't trust each other, but we'll trust others. Not knowing the whole time the behavior that we see our people exhibiting towards us is the same behavior they got from them. I don't know what made somebody or make anyone think that they won't do you. Do you worse. Real shit. Real shit, man. Little Rich DeLow, keep on pushing. Big Bub, LOL, V cuz. Okay, I don't get that anyway. Little Rick DeLow, big H up, Big Bub, H up, Bub, Big Ribbit. Little Rich DeLow. I'm trying to remember who that is. Anyway, peace out, and peace and blessings, and shout out to you right back. Little Rick DeLow. Appreciate you up in here, bro. Anthony Tibbs said a whole lot of tenderism took over most of the black man. Damn. Hey man, it was a couple of things I want to talk about too. And I think I did speak on that briefly. What Drewski did about the mega churches and the preachers, the ministers, man. I swear, man, you couldn't have done. No one could have put a better example of what's going on in these churches, than what he did. And the fact of the matter is, if you think about it, all right, he said, "It's me, bro, Malcolm," but that far hit you, Malcolm. All right, but the fact of the matter is, it don't have to be a mega church that's doing this. You know what I mean? The churches, period, I think, to a great extent, it's doing this. And they don't provide nothing for the people. A lot of it, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not religious, and I don't have a faith, you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying this, so, hey man, if people are, and I don't want to call them dumb, I don't want to insult nobody, but if they're that ignorant to not see the big picture, to not understand that, wait a minute, this ain't right. If I'm in a church, say for instance, I was religious, or I had a faith, whatever the domination is, denomination is, and I go there and they're telling that, me and 300 other people that they need X amount of dollars. They putting a dollar amount on tithes or, passing the plate around. I'm leaving. My common sense would tell me, oh, this is a hustle. And for the most part, that's what they are. It's a hustle. I was listening to one, and just because I'm telling y'all I don't have a faith, I'm not religious, don't mean I don't read stuff or try to understand what the hell is going on with a lot of this stuff. I watch Geno Jennings. I watch a lot of his episodes, his podcasts, actually, because I think it's a breath of fresh air just to hear truth coming the way it comes from him. I've looked at others, and none of them compared to how he getting down. He don't ask for he don't act, he don't pass plate around, he don't do none of that. He don't do none of that. So I listen to him, and the shit he says make all the sense in the world. No, what he's talking about is coming from a scriptural context. You know what I mean? But still, the fact of the matter is, he's putting it out there, putting it down like no other that I've seen. Like her, I do that shit just because I want to see or learn some shit or hear different shit. Nobody does it like him. I give him that. Yeah, and Drewski got them hot. They got one African dude from Nigeria. He's in London, and he's mad as hell. But you could tell, man, he's mad because he hit the nail on the head. Yeah. Somebody said, my mama used to say, a hit dog will holler. A hit dog will holler. They all mad, man. What the hell? Yeah, driving Rolls Royces into church and putting it on stage for a reason. A $65 million jet. What's that fool named? The white boy, Kenneth Copeland. That dude, man, if there's a devil, again, I'm not religious, I don't believe that. But if there's a devil, all you got to do is look at him to know the devil exists. That mama look evil. He looks sinister. He looks like he is evil incarnate, man. And then when you get caught lying, he don't even know how to lie straight. You getting all this money, man. That shit was something to behold, man. Just to see Drewski do that, I'm telling you, I appreciate it. I appreciated that he did it. And it's long overdue. Let's see, though, how many people wake up. Let's see how many wake up. Stop giving their life savings away. 501k, cashing in them CDs. I am anxious to see if we see them in another hustle, because that hustle then played out. And it is a hustle. And speaking of hustles, someone was talking, the boy Back Bracken, he mentioned some stuff, because I'm curious, like I said, in terms of what a lot of non-profits are really about, 501c3s. And he okay, it's back. I hate that. Okay, anyway, it's me, bro, Malcolm. Little Rich Low. What Malcolm? I'm trying to think.
Does it say FR? So it must be
But it's me, bro, Malcolm, but FR hit you. Okay, ain't nobody call me. Anthony Tibbs say, I can't trust shit that ain't for the security of our people. Thank you. I agree wholeheartedly. You go on to say also, Drewski got them mofos hot too. Man, he got them like they in hell, burning up. That's how hot they are. Kimberly Mitchell said, what's crazy is a pastor told me, what's crazy is a pastor told the men to lock. Oh, wait, yeah. He told the men to lock the doors so they can collect more money. I wish I was there shaking the folks in church. America. Man, when I heard the dude say that, and he was serious, he said, like, and the ushers must have looked back at him like, fool, you crazy? We ain't like no doors. He pressed them, lock the doors. I said, lock the doors. Because we ain't leaving out of here until we get this money. Man, you again, man, you had to be super ignorant to sit through that. And people, and I don't know why people wasn't getting up by droves, just leaving and not returning to that church, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's some crazy shit, though. It's crazy. I heard it just like you did, Kimberly. But again, America is a hustle. It's a business. It's a corporation where they make money. And anybody mean capitalism, man, it means, hey man, get it any way you can. Any way you can. Nobody ever tripped off how the government say that they're against drugs, right? They go and they seize all these drugs and money. But the money never goes back to the communities it hurt or it harmed the most. It goes to the government. You know, when you think that if that's really the game, I mean, if you're sincere about drug being, then you would take the money, however much it was, and you say, okay, we're going to put it back in this community. You know, we're going to do something for that community because drugs ravaged them. No, they're not going to do that because drugs is a business too. They confiscate cocaine, all that shit. You know what they do? They resell it. Don't think for a minute they burn that shit like that. They show you some pound, and you know, yeah. They resell it. Bad as the community is as a result of drugs, you would think that they would put that money back in the communities, build a clinic, you know, a drug rehab or something. Every community should have more than one. Drug / alcohol rehab. Nah. You know, build a clinic or something. You know, help the people that drugs have harmed. You know, that ain't what they're doing. They take that money, man, and they give it not just to the police. They give it to politicians. They do all kind of shit with it, man. But speaking of clinics, I heard, do y'all know that they're finna cut funding to, I think it's 3, maybe 4 health clinics.
Altogether, it's like 8 clinics.
You know, maybe 8 clinics altogether. One in Apple Valley, and then probably the only one Apple Valley has. They got one over here on Manchester. What is it?
Curtis Tucker.
Curtis Tucker.
Yeah.
That's another one. My point is this, man. Look, we were just talking about how bad things are gonna get. Again, we have to understand politics and how politics can harm us. It ain't just about politics, the government. It's money, man. And politics could be to harm people. If you're taking out free clinics, or you're taking these clinics out of these communities that need them most, what does that mean? You know, what does that mean, man? What does that tell us? And you're cutting funding, and you're reappropriating the funds to who or what? You know, Trump just, you know, they're about to pass a $1.5 trillion spending bill for the military. Where's that money going to come from? She crazy, man. It's crazy.
See this. I see you, bro. That's next.
It's Mac, man.
Yeah.
It's Mac, man. It's motherfucker crazy. Here, little Rich DeLoach. He shut up, fool. He said, I see you, big bro. This Mac, man. Chilling, checking you out, man. All love, man. Miss you, boy. Man. So they must have called. That must be, yeah. Can't call me. I'm using my hotspot, man. The building's Wi-Fi tripping. Shit. My neighbor said it was fixed, but I don't know. Anyway, man, listen. Hey, good seeing you, Mac. Yep. Poke, man. Poke said, man, Stephen Darby Ministries is who I like to listen to check him out. Who I like to listen to. Check him out one day, bud. Okay, you do the same. Check out Geno Jennings, and I'll check him out. All right. Because like I say, man, I don't, I just like trying to hear if the message is does it resonate, you know what I mean, with me in terms of just, living life a certain way. I don't have to be religious or have faith, to catch, some real spit, man, some real talk, you know what I mean? So that's why I do it. That's why I fuck with Geno Jennings. But I'll keep that in mind though. Stephen Darby.
Ignore mine.
Huh?
Ignore what I put.
Kimberly Mitchell said, man, this is my church, Bishop Bub. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Man. And the tears said, man, stack arms in gold and learn the ecosystem and how to trap and hunt. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all, we better get ready. Better get ready. Y'all heard him. And I support that message. All right. I support that message. Y'all see that right there? I support that message, man. Get ready, man. Get ready. Learn the ecosystem. Learn how to trap and hunt. Tell you another thing, just in that same vein, though, Anthony, we going to these supermarkets and we're buying this food, and we don't even know this food killing us. This food is killing us. Most of it is genetically modified, GMO. If they are genetically modifying food, that means then they can put whatever they want in the food. Like they could put medicines in marijuana, right? They can do the same thing with food, man. They could put diseases in food, illnesses in food. They can put cancers in food, man. Man, grow our own shit, man. Start taking care of ourselves. That's it. That's it. All right, y'all. It's time, man. I gotta get her home. Just know this, man. This fight continues, y'all. This war we in, it's raging on. Trust that. Trust that. I think what makes all this possible, though, is the politics that we don't understand, man. If we're not understanding the politics, like I said, of finance, education, man, politics of society, just, the politics, man, that we have to deal with in our everyday lives, we gonna continue to get fucked over. The politics of the streets, all that shit, man. All that shit, man. It's relative. It's relevant, man. If we don't get a hold of this shit, man, we're done for. All our kids, our grandchildren, man, our nieces and nephews, man, all of them are gonna suffer as a result of us not being on our game, man. And the reason why we in this to begin with, because a lot of us slipped, man. We fell for the okie doke. We fell for the okie doke. And like I said, I'll be one of the first to admit it. Doing stupid shit. Doing stupid shit. Ain't got nothing to show for it. We have nothing to show for it, man. Take care of yourselves, man, so that you can take care of one another. Love yourself so you can love somebody just like you. You want peace? Better prepare for war, man. In time of peace, you're supposed to prepare for war. When at war, you want peace, you know? We got to get ready, man, because the shit is happening right now as we speak. Let's get it together, all right? Y'all go check out All Things Politics 26. I'll be dropping new content tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You know, I get it now. I got, you know, I'm going to handle that shit. And it's going to be above board, man. Like, share, comment, man, to Under the Groove Podcast. Subscribe if you see fit. Y'all know how we do. We don't twist arms here. We don't ask you for your money. We don't do none of that. You know, we ask that you bring something to the table, yourselves along with your comments, your knowledge, man. You know, knowledge. You know, we got to drop these jewels and these gems, man, so our people can pick them up, man, and find wealth in that shit. All right? Take care of yourselves. Like I said, take care of each other's, man. Take care of each other, man. All right? Know that you're responsible, man, for everything you do or everything that's involved with you. Don't leave that to nobody else, especially somebody that don't look like you. All right? That being said, y'all know how this thing go. You are, you have been, and you will be Under the Groove. This is dedicated, man, to touching bases with the people. So therefore, there's power in the people, man. Black power is the only power. Love. All right? Peace and blessings, y'all.
Count the names, count the bodies, count the victory. Cullen Hughes, Hurst, and writing future history. From the Apollo to the borough to the sphere. Where the echo of those Harlem nights still ringing clear. So when they ask what happened in those tenement flats, between the spirituals and where consciousness is at, tell them we transform suffering to scholarship and song. Tell them we've been telling you we're brilliant all along. The Renaissance will prologue every decade since the sequel. Every black child born's continuation of the people who survived the Middle Passage, survived the Jim Crow laws, and built magnificence from nothing but their vision and their flaws. That's in the sergeant. This is once a less than half this hats and recitations. Please don't you, I can't stop us. Power sensitive, watch the applause for polls. Need your data, talks and counsel, any problem when the wet just wanna build the seats and bait. Now don't get the pause. It's just erasing up the times, plead the markets off the main. Make it on the fans, turn and neck and love the durn suffers like a kesha. You went wrong to preaching up on side and see chillun, bitch on the shit and untrue seeing vets and wonder very it's on Gary Land. Be hell in heaven, you see what the bonafide. You wait talking for the marker, make the key to pull the trumpets on the boards to the singer land is carried open, slowly keep us looking on my mother, break your generosity for the heat and let the peasant be is every time we keep a spawn.